in the Super Bowl for the third straight season. LA making just their fourth Super Bowl appearance in franchise history. Sean McVay asked over and over and over again here in Atlanta this week, why are the Patriots so tough to beat?
A lot of times I've heard the phrase, more games are lost than they are won in the NFL, and you never see the Patriots beat themselves. They handle situations. Their big-time players make plays at the most opportune moments, and they handle adversity extremely well. When they fall behind, you look back at the Super Bowl a couple years ago, to continue to compete when you're down 28-3 and find a way to get it done. But there's an internal belief that team had. You could just feel it watching it, even just watching it on TV, and I think that consistent belief and expectation that we're going to find a way is a really powerful thing.
It's true. Mike Rob, we always talk about it. You put that out in the universe.
Yes.
That's the first step right there.
There you go. Create your own reality, Colleen.
The Rams, they have the #2 offense, though, in terms of points and yards. But look at how Bill Belichick's defenses have done against top 5 offenses in previous Super Bowls.
Totally eliminate them.
2-0. Perfect. Only 2 times, but 2-0. Allowing only about 22 points per game. Look, it's finally here, the matchup we all want to see, and we got to talk about it here. Bill Belichick's defense against Sean McVay's offense. So does one side have the edge, do you feel like, Steve?
Well, for me, I kind of look at their defense for the New England Patriots, and you see what Stephon Gilmore did last year. We were in the green room watching the game, and I really kind of forgot, just because the Eagles won, Stephon Gilmore did a fantastic job against Alshon Jeffries, and then going up and looking at J.C. Jackson, what he's doing. And I'm sitting here looking up the research because I don't want to shortchange him, because he's a free agent, rookie free agent, and they're telling me right now, out of 31 targets, it's a 50-50 chance that the receiver will catch the ball. And I'm telling you, as a free agent guy, a rookie free agent, that's pretty good. To be in a Super Bowl, to say, hey, you weren't good enough to get drafted, but you're good enough to start in a Super Bowl, and it's a 50-50 chance. We already know what Stephon Gilmore is. He has that contract of, he's a first-round pick. But what they've done with J.C. Jackson, how he's developed in such short period of time as a wide receiver, when I see that it's a 50-50 chance I'm going to get the ball, that's not the odds I want. I want it up in the 60s and 70s, right? So that's just remarkable. I love seeing it. It's going to be an exciting chess match with those guys.
It is going to be an exciting chess match. The New England Patriots, they play man defense like 55% of the time, #1 in the National Football League. And to combat that, I think Sean McVay and what he does with his offense is excellent. What they do is they get in these bunch sets, these tight formations, so that these defensive backs can't get up and press the receivers and mess up the timing. Also, what that does is when they're trying to run the football, the receivers are right there to be able to block the safeties. You know what else that does? Whenever you do your play action and you go to one side of the football field, you can bring receivers from the opposite side of the football all the way over to the other side of the football, confusing the defense and confusing the linebacker. So this game, to me, is going to come down to if the New England Patriots can commit the bodies to the box to stop the run game of the Los Angeles Rams and play man on the back end, and can they throw off the timing based off the formations that Sean McVay puts in the game.
When we talk about Sean McVay as a genius, maybe the average fan thinks, okay, he must go into a game with 500 plays or something like that. It is extremely simplified, and that's the genius of McVay. And in talking to these Rams players this week, the phrase that kept coming up, Mike Robb, you're going to love this. Okay. Apparently, he talks to them about the, quote, illusion of complexity.
Oh!
You like that one, don't you?
You almost made me say a curse.
You almost messed me up.
He's very excited about it.
He almost fainted. You're swooning right now. You love that because he talked about the other day when he said, I almost got Jared Goff killed because he ran the same play. We're going to actually run it for you tomorrow. You're going to see it. He ran the same play like 3-4 times in that game, but it's more about tempo and spacing and a lot of these things that he does here. So I think that's why it's going to be an interesting chess match early in this game between Sean McVay and Bill Belichick. Will he come back to something that worked early in the game or maybe just tweak it a little bit? I just can't wait to see how this plays out through the game.
But they will come back to it because when you have success with it early, you go back to it. When it doesn't, you mark it off. And you go, nope, Not that play.
Well, you got to force the defense to stop you.
Yes.
I mean, at the end of the day, you got to make sure Bill Belichick or whatever the case may be, you got to make sure that those guys put in the work during the week to stop what we do best.
Because
if they don't stop
you're in the middle of the game, especially, and I like this sometimes. We're in the middle of a run game, and the O-line say, hey, they come back and the defense gets turned and say, what you want to run? And they say, oh, 34 wham. And then they say, hey, that safety's coming down. We winning.
Play action. Oh,
right? And I'm right there in that 34 wham, and that safety comes down and they re-identify. I look at the tackle, I got him.
and I wonder in this game too, like if the Patriots come out and they stop the run, if they get an early lead in this game, what Jared Goff is going to be out there? Which guy are we going to see? Because they, I think, want to make Jared Goff try and beat them. They want everything to try and be on Jared Goff's shoulders. And we've seen two different Jared Goffs this year. And sometimes the mental mistakes kind of get to him. But in other times, you see him just ball out. And it's been in some of the same games. Like even last week, we didn't see him wilt against the Saints when he had a little bit of a dicey first half. I mean, he came right back and showed that he can rise to that occasion under the lights. We saw what he was able to do against the Vikings and the Chiefs, just pick them apart. Now, we're talking about a Chiefs defense that isn't like the Patriots defense, isn't like what Bill Belichick puts together, but also that Patriots defense doesn't really have like super studs.